he was in China or something like that there, and was talking to some British students and said, if you write too very long, your eyes will become slinty too, things like that there. Like, I don't ever believe he wanted any offence or meant any offence. And I have to say, one of my proudest moments was whenever he completely kind of blanked Martin McGuinness when they were over here. So what we wanted to do was pay a little tribute to them, or to him, and to the royal family and the bereavement. Of course, they'll not be sitting watching this tonight. I don't know why, but they won't be, let's face it. So I know that our sympathies, and as well as all of your sympathies, are going to the royal family. Please, please, please don't write RIP. I'm seeing a couple of you doing it. Don't write RIP. We do not write RIP. Protestants do not write RIP. So bereavements and sympathies to the royal family. And Roy, is our clip ready? Got a big thumbs up. So this is just Roy's small tribute, and the virtual band parade small tribute to Prince Philip, who passed away today at 99 years of age. Very nice, Roy. I saw at the same time as you guys did. Very nice, very fitting, Roy. And hey, it kind of been an easy life for him. Like, male ego and all that there being what he was. And he had to step back all the time and let the Queen, rightfully so, be in the forefront. But that mustn't have been easy because he was quite, from all you've seen in that there, he was quite a proud man. Now, many of you are commenting on the t-shirts. Mr. Feely is absolutely resorting to bribery, and I don't know about Roy, but it's kind of working for me, Roy. I don't know about you, although mine. I don't know what you could say to a man who sends a female extra large and sends a male large. Mine's is good enough for dress. Look. But and a flag and a badge. Thank you. I'm joking about it. I laughed whenever I says mine's is a wee bit big to Roy. I says it's extra large. He says, oh, mine's is large. So Stephen, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? But we are so grateful for them. Thank you so much. Anybody else wants to send me more t-shirts, band t-shirts to model here to our hundreds of viewers? Please, yes, feel free. I could start collecting. You have all your band flags. I could start collecting band t-shirts, I think.
I want to collect band t-shirts too.
Bring them on. We'll model them, no problem.
Although I am going to be I am putting an order in because More Young Defenders is going to be releasing quite a lot of merchandise now for their 45th anniversary this year. So I've got my orders getting placed in for lots of merchandise, cups and stuff.
What was it going to say? Lots of comments coming in which I have missed, and I do apologize for that there. So a lot of people slagging Joy about what bands are going to be on this evening. I'm wondering, will there be any? I'd say Mourne are on for sure. I'd say they're a cert. I'd say they are an absolute cert, don't you think? Craig Curry says there's an online book of condolences. Belfast City Centre have it up. So please take a wee look out for that there and see if you can all sign it. As someone said, like Queen Elizabeth is going to miss him. Sorry, Roy? What did you say?
Mid and East Antrim Council also have a book of condolences open as well.
All right, okay. Yeah, and it's she definitely will miss him. Because I'd say he is. He was a tower strength to her, considering the rest of the family. Right, so we have been here for a few minutes and we haven't had any band music. So as always tonight, we're going to start off with what would have been the host band this evening. And of course, tonight should have been the parade of Crosscar Young Defenders. Now, I was sent a clip during the week and I was asked if I could play it, but it wasn't a full tune, unfortunately. So if you are sending us in clips because it's your band's parade or should have been your band's parade in the weekend, make sure it's full clip. We always prefer a full clip where possible. So Lisa's found out another clip for us. So she's going to play this. This is Crosscar Defenders in 2019, and it would have been their parade tonight. tribute was really good, Roy, but we don't want to see it twice. You're really proud of that, aren't you? You just want to play it continuously. Yes, Rebecca Gardner wants to know, could you say hello to my great Auntie Mary, who is watching her first ever live virtual band parade? Well, first of all, hiya to great Auntie Mary. And the second question I have to ask, do you have a canary? Some people get that, so I'm not going to explain it. It doesn't work if you have to explain it. Tad Adams says he thought it was buy one get one free in the on the t-shirts, right? Ewan McPhee says it's product placement. Totally. If you want to send me your band t-shirt to product place, bring it on. Absolutely. We could get that out with clothes for the next year, right? Andrew Irwin says Finny the big brown nose. He absolutely is. Josh just says, Joy, we will send Roy an alternative t-shirt. Sam Dixon's on watching tonight. Charmaine Bennett is on. It's her first time watching as well. Lovely to have you on this, Charmaine. And Lisa sends her thanks as well. Hey, you were busy this year. This week. You definitely were. All this sending out. Darius Strabane, District Council, all has a book of remembrance out. Stephen Feely, just in case you need to give your t-shirt a wash, I'll provide him with another. Joshua. Oh my goodness, I'm just looking down through you. Walking down Killelea Street singing My Old Man, we are the CYD, the best band in the land. Going through all of this here. China is out of Facebook jail, and Yvonne Johnson is also out of Facebook jail. For how long, however? I think, Yvonne, you're nearly as bad as China. The two of you are never out of Facebook jail. Now, let me see. Up the leg of her drawers. You're right, Glenn. I knew you would get it, if nothing else. Should I tell them your secret, Glenn? Should I tell them? We'll just let you sweat there. Now, tonight, Joy Cullen has picked the clips, and I have to say, both nights are a cracking selection of clips. And on one occasion, both ladies, I'm assuming without talking to each other, picked exactly the same clip for exactly the same band. First time ever that has happened. So I had to get one of them to change it, and Joy's was the second list that I received, so Joy changed it for me. But first up in our list this evening from Joy didn't want to come on. She's too shy. I know it's hard to believe that someone from Kilkeel can be shy, but she was too shy. So she has given me her notes of why she has picked all of these clips. So I'm happy to share them with you. So Crimson Star is our first choice by Joy. And she says that it's a band that Jasmine's dance friend, Leah McElrath, is a flag carrier in. And I know I saw Leah commenting earlier on. I think there might have been a threat there, Joy, actually, I have to say. So she hopes that you enjoy this clip, Leah. It is Crimson Star from Cumber playing at Pride of Ballybean's Parade in 2017. So the Miller t-shirts have messed the place up.
I have not got a clue what XSplit's doing tonight. It's not allowing the Facebook comments to come up. It's not allowing the Facebook reactions, and it's now when I press a scene, it's going to a different scene. Ah.
You are home. You are home. Yeah, so few technical issues going on, but you know what? We'll just stick with it. My nose is itchy, so we're going to fight. Somebody shake my hand. I don't want to fight. So, starting off with a great clip there from Joy, and we're going to carry on in the same vein because her next choice is an absolute cracker, I have to say. I was actually looking for myself in it because I knew I was definitely there, but I think I'm maybe, yeah, it was a quick show, Andrew. I wondered what was going on tonight. Joe Cullen's watching from Motherwell. Facebook went down last night, but they're updating everything. Aren't they always? Right. So Joy's next clip is Greengar's Thistle, and she says that the Ulster Bands Forum introduced me to sorry, I've minimized my screen there, whatever I've done. She said that the Ulster Bands Forum introduced me to Greengar's Thistle. Really love their style of playing. They're absolutely fantastic. A few years back in 2014, it doesn't feel 7 years ago. My goodness, that is actually scary. But the Greengar Thistle come over for one of the centenary parades, and it just so happened that the night before the centenary parade, it was Freeman Memorial's parade here in Coleraine, and there's good close connections between the Greengars and some of the guys in Freeman, and they come up and they led the Freeman's parade. But before the parade, they made the lovely gesture of purposely going down to the town centre memorial, the War Memorial, and laying a wreath before the parade even started. So this, and for those of you who've paraded at Coleraine, you'll know that the War Memorial is like literally halfway through the parade. So this is them going down to the War Memorial pre-parade, and when you see the crowds that are following them, you know they are a popular band, and this is a great showing of them here in 2014 in Coleraine. Hope you enjoy this. Absolutely superb there for the Greengars, and you can see the crowd out, you know, like following them round, and that was just to go to the War Memorial. And I have to say, wasn't that such a lovely thing to do? A completely strange town, that you know, like the 40th anniversary of Bobby Sands' election. What are you doing to us next? Hey, you're worth a watch in the night. You definitely are. Joggy, you had given me a video of them at the George Square at the Anchor Memorial Parade. It's too close to the drums. All you hear is drums. You hardly hear the flutes. It's nice to always have a good balance on the two of them. So I always like getting more of the flutes. It's hard to believe it was 7 years ago, Chris. Indeed. Glenn Miller wants to know, is that Bobby's first appearance at a band parade? I would imagine it was maybe his first appearance at a virtual band parade, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Oh, Gillian misses the parades. Oh, don't we all, Gillian? We all do. We absolutely do. Muriel prefers a photo of Prince Philip instead of Bobby Sands. It's the 40th anniversary of his election, or coming up shortly is the 40th anniversary of the death of the hunger strikers. You know that much. So we'll see how COVID restrictions work then, won't we? Now, where are we going to next? I've got so many things up my screen, I don't know which one to go to next. It's scary. No, as I was saying, I think I said it, did I get it finished? That it was so nice of the Green Guards Thistle to be in a strange town over there to have a parade, and then to go to that effort of laying a wreath at the local war memorial. I thought was just a really, really touching gesture. It just goes to say really everything that you need to know about the Green Guards Thistle. Now, China, I'm looking at a t-shirt, Sunshine. I'm still trying to get you one of the Hegels. So if any of the guys at the Hegels is watching, I've asked Raymond, but he has a head like a sieve. China wants a t-shirt for Drummer Hegels because they're one of his favorite bands. Isn't that right, China? So up next is East Belfast. Now, it should be me getting the t-shirt, not Joy, because I know she picked them, but it should be me getting the t-shirt. Because I left them on her list. East Belfast Protestant Boys, she says, well, all I can say, they were always my favourite Blood and Thunder band. And no, I'm not winding the Musket Hounds by saying this. This is East Belfast Protestant Boys playing at South Belfast Young Conquerors Parade in 2015. Tracy says a couple of wee digger bells in the making, loves it. All the Wayne's having a ball. Scott Clark says you can't get the Drummer Hegels t-shirts because they sell them all. Miller have to literally give theirs away. That's not nice, Scott. That's just jealousy. That's what that is. What do you want for Northern Albert? I thoroughly appreciate my t-shirt. Definitely do. Roy has totally lost the plot, Lorna. You're only noticing that now, that he's lost the plot. I mean, that's been long before tonight.
What do you expect after 105 shows plus the specials with you? Working with you? I lose the plot sometime.
John wants to know, did I get my hair cut? No, it's all piled up on the top of my head, John. I have no idea what's going on with it tonight whatsoever, but it's out of the way.
Don't put your head down like that. Shows your greys off.
They're not greys, they're blonde streaks. They're blonde. Look, because I have them actually in the ponytail as well. Look, so like the greys don't go down to there.
It's not in the ponytail. It's there at the side of the head.
Yeah, no, those are grey highlights. That's what it is. I have my own personal hairdresser. That's exactly what that is. Is it true they blocked the roads in Bali Sally at the moment? I have heard that. Assholes. What are they doing? Listen. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I totally agree with frustration. And it really pisses me off that everybody is condemning them. Nobody is listening to why they are rioting. I have had my phone blew up this week by the BBC looking at me to come on. And there's no point because it will just end up being it doesn't matter what we say. It will just be ridiculed. I'll get nothing but abuse online. I had another 2 phone calls today, leaving messages. And, like, why bother my ass going on to those bloody programs to tell them how we feel, how frustrated we feel when it's just ridiculed and poo-pooed and not listened to. So, this week I've been kind of being a little bit protective of myself and going, I don't need the abuse, to be quite honest. I really just don't need the abuse. But it'll, that my sensibleness will never last. It never ever does. So I get the frustration. However, what I don't get is the sense in wrecking your own areas. What good does that do? I mean, bombing buses. What good does that do? It doesn't do anything. It just inconveniences your own community. It's madness. It's madness. So, there. We'll get on to something more pleasant. Ballysally DLA being stopped. I don't know. It's so far away from me. I have no idea what is going on. Let me tell you, there was one night. So I live almost opposite the football grounds, right? And there was one night when Liverpool and Coleraine Linfield and Coleraine are usually playing. There's sometimes a little bit of debate, shall we say, at the end of the matches. And, it's usually quite entertaining. Some of the fights, they even extend into my front garden. So I was sitting in the back of the house in the kitchen one evening watching TV, and Drew was in at work. And the next thing he phoned me and went, "Are you okay?" And I went, "Yeah, I'm fine. Why?" He says, "They're rioting in your front garden." So they were actually in the front garden fighting a bit out between the two sets of football supporters. And I'm sitting in the kitchen not having a clue that it is going on. Not a clue. So that shows you how good I am on keeping you up to date with gossip, I'm afraid. Now, first up of our accordion bands by Joy this evening. She says, Pride of the Birches accordion band were always an accordion band that stood out for her in Scarva. It was one of the main places she saw them. Really good band. And this is them playing at Kilkeel Parade in 2019. For those of you who heard the ringing, Roy was disconnecting us to see if he could possibly get rid of the little telephone buttons on the screen. Have you, Roy? I don't know. I can't see it as yet. Yes, they're gone. Good.
They're gone.
So that was us. That was us in the background. So don't worry about that at all. Now, that was our first accordion band of the night. And I have to say, there's one gentleman there. My mission is complete. I can die happy now because I now know that I have converted at least one flautist to the accordion. I nearly fell off my seat earlier on whenever I got a wee text message earlier on this week, Monday actually, and it went along the lines of, so if I was looking to learn an accordion, what's the best option apart from joining a band? And I says, oh, you want to become a musician then? And he then said, you better not be taking screenshots. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't at that point, but the minute you mentioned it, I did. Mr. Miller, who is so keen on slagging the accordions, as he calls them with a J, is now looking to play one. My life is complete. I have converted a flautist. It is great. Absolutely great. He says he's going to look into getting one and start myself off on the road to lots of band uniforms. So, Glenn, your secret is out. Jenny says that you have a lot of interest in the women, and that is why. It is because he is interested in learning the accordion. Jennifer has her own accordion band, Craigie. There, Glenn. There. Perfect. That's your first accordion band there for you now. So, who else do we want to convert? Who else are we converting? Come on. We need more. We need more accordions. We need all the players we can get.
Not me.
Absolutely not. There's no hope of you ever converting. That's for sure.
Mind you, I can play an accordion. So, does that count?
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Just wanted to give a wee shout out Isleman and Councillor something. Sorry, the message has gone off my screen. I can't find it. I've lost it. Let's see. The phone always gives me further back than the screen. No, it's not gone back far enough. But there it is. Councillor Anne Lewis and the Isleman are watching from the dugout in Clough. Welcome to you both. Good to have you on board. James Ridley wants to know, why do accordion bands have their drum corps at the rear and flute band at the front? I prefer, some accordion bands do have their drum corps at the front. We've had this discussion quite a few times. I personally prefer it at the back because then the accordions are the main focus. So therefore the sound of the drums is coming through the accordions. Otherwise, all you hear is the drums coming when an accordion band comes up to you. Nobody wants to hear them. Like, you know, who wants to hear drums? There, Glenn, you've got an offer there. Adam's going to send you some notes. Eddie can play the sash and accordion. Oh, let's see now. See thread. If he can play one, then he can slag them. Ironically, you see, there's no slagging to be had. It's just a wonderful, wonderful musical instrument. Everybody else gets it. Now, one of my mum's favourite bands, so I was really glad to see this next band on Joy's list. She's doing well so far, isn't she, with the pick, and some great clips and more good ones to come. She says the county, like White Rock, are a league of their own, just with the bass drum and the style of playing. She absolutely loves them. So this is Joy's next choice. It is the County Flute Band playing at the Bristol Bar in 2017. Now, whenever I was listening to this, listen to the definition and the clarity of the flute, right? Because we all talk about, you know, oh, County and White Rock, and Roy disparages them. But when you listen to the cleanness of this fluting, I think we need to have a second look. You need to have a second look, Roy. And Joe is taking offence because we had a brilliant drum corps and like, of course we did, Joe. Apologies. So this is County Flute Band. Listening to the fluting in this, it's really, really good and clean. everyone's so clean. Now, for being in a bar, you know, and relaxed and maybe had a few drinks along the way, so clean. Everybody coming off and leaving. I always love to hear silence in between notes when you're meant to hear silence in between notes. And that was really, really clean. I really enjoyed that. Good clip, Joy. Good clip indeed. Now, for those of you who know Joy, you will also know that her hubby is in a band, as is her daughter Jasmine. There's no end of talent in that family. And of course, Tilly the dog is the most talented and the most good looking of the whole lot. But Joy's husband is in Kilkeel True Blue Silver Band. So, of course, I had expectations of the band being in this. She says this is one of the favourite marches that the Kilkeel Silver play. When it's When the Saints, and she says that's now me in the good books with Reggie and Jasmine. So this is Kilkeel Silver Band playing When the Saints Come In on the 12th of July 2019. Great there from Kilkeel Silver. So, Joshua says that they had a spare bed made up in their house for Joy, just in case she didn't pick them. But we're okay. You can stay at home now, obviously, Jasmine. Whether you're still welcome, or Joy, whether you're still welcome in Joshua's house remains to be seen. I have to say now, doesn't it? Lots of you loving the flute in there of County. Swagger says Lisa. I've seen two of my favourite bands, says Sue Ellen Graham, in space of 5 minutes, the East Belfast and the County. Now that's Barry Thompson has set down a challenge, I have to say, for the Musket Hounds. The Musket Hounds playing Happy Birthday on the accordion. Challenge there, absolutely. I'm not even going to read out Trevor Monaghan's comment to Glenn, but let's just say it had to do with the nickname that a few of them have for on here, the DNs, and cooling less. That's all you need to know. Billy McDonald says White Rock are still the best. What do you think, Roy? That's what he said. He asked what you thought. What do you say?
And my reply is the same reply as we put on the forum.
Oh, sorry, I haven't got that far yet.
But there's no comment.
Johnny Miller was asking what had I done in the guys to convert them to accordions. I couldn't possibly comment, but no, drugs were not involved, I have to say. Can't use Mullen flutes, not bad at all. Yeah, it was very, very clean. Another great choice there, Carl says, Joy. Let's see. Go silver like my hair, says Brian Emerson. Oh my goodness. These are mad. Yasmin's smiling for the camera. She isn't camera shy. Well, it's her mum. Like, you know, though I never ever smiled at my mum.
You don't smile at your mum even when you're not parading.
I'm always smiling at my mother when I'm not parading. I am her little light and joy.
No, so that's Joy's picks tonight.
Joy sold a Ballinran CD, so play us again, said China. Stephen Felix says need Valerie to play the accordion for the Musket Hounds. Not a problem. Not a problem, boys. Now, Joy's next pick is in the Blood and Thunder range. Let me find her notes again here till I see what she said about them. Oh. There we go. This is Pride of the Shore. Joy picked these guys. I have to admit, it's a great clip of them. She says they are really good and tidy looking and playing extremely well in this clip. This is them in the Tour of the North parade in 2019. Pride of the Shore, folks. Excellent there from Pride of the Shore. Great clip. I love the wee guy at the front with the wee short sleeve white shirt and the wee wee braces, the wee braces on him. Playing very, very well. Roy says that you're being kicked out of the Black Book gang. Committee meeting needs to be convened. Scott says he felt sorry for the wee man on the drum. He was struggling with it, but he did really well. He never missed a beat. Doing extremely, extremely well. So Penny was giving her answers ahead of the quiz there. some week, Penny, you are going to get 5 out of 5. But Lisa is looking, we're kind of looking towards maybe a different quiz, maybe like a visual one or something going forward rather than an audio one. So no quiz tonight. Hopefully we'll have something up. Lisa will have figured something out for next week. Craig Curse is a bottle of King William 1690 gin for each person converting to the accordions. I like your thinking, Craig. I think we could. I don't know what sort of shape of band that would be once we got them all there. But hey, you know, we could sit on the stage and play instead. Let's see what else. The truth shall set you free. Ulterior motives, Glenn. Now I'm starting to get a bit suspicious of you, Glenn. I don't think you were genuine. Don't think you were genuine at all. Now, Joy's next choice. She said that the Northern Ireland Bands Association massed band, who in this occasion are playing at Dunloy's parade. She says they were an absolute pleasure to listen to the night they paraded in Dunloy. And on this clip, they're playing another one of her favourites, which is Our Director. So this is them, the Northern Ireland Massed Band Association. Northern Ireland Bands Association massed band is probably the right way to say it, yeah. And this is them at Dunloy's parade playing, as Joy says, Our Director. We back? Lisa's telling us that as far as she remembers, the wee guy on the full-size snare drum, it was actually his first parade on the drum, which was absolutely brilliant because he wasn't missing a beat. He maybe was struggling to keep in step, but he wasn't staying in beat. Brian wants to know, would I wear a United top next weekend? Only on my dead body, Brian, would be how I would wear a United top. Absolutely not. And no way whatsoever.
Valerie, that can be arranged.
Oh my goodness, brilliant clips, says Glenn. Saul Cowan says, beautiful. Mark Henderson says it's a wonder Joshua Morris isn't in it. But is he? I don't know. Hardly a massed band now, Valerie, says Alan. What do you mean, Alan? There was more than one band in there. There definitely was. Let's see any more clips. Was with Bali Major that night, Joshua says, instead. Now, again, great picking from Joy in her next choice. Let me just get up her wee notes. I'm on a new page now. New page of notes.
Hang on. Where was that band parading at?
Money.
And whose parade was it?
Dunloy's.
And is Josh not a member of that as well? So he not supporting his own band.
No, listen, that's a whole other realm that I don't even want to get into because, strictly speaking, playing by Bali Major, he was supporting his own band. Oh, I don't know. It's just too complicated. Too complicated, that one. I'm not even touched that with a barge pole. Joy's next choice of band is the UVF Regimental. She says it was always a band that they would have walked around part of a parade just to listen to them. They always sound superb. Joyce picked a great clip of them. This is them at the East Belfast Protestant Boys Parade in 2013. Excellent there for the Regimental when Johnny comes marching home. China says that's their old band hall, that building on the left, China. There's no way you got your band in there. Did you have them on both floors or something? No, there's no way Belfast Protestant Boys fit it into that. Glenn says that Joshua travels to most parades in a chauffeur-driven motorhome with wardrobe assistance. Does he also have the makeup assistance and everything as well, Glenn, do you think? Joshua, I'm just thinking that if you had a band parade, we should have a Joshua band parade, which is only the only people partaking in it are bands that you're members of, but it would have to be a really, really small town because you would have to walk it every time. That would be quite funny. No, I know a few people are going to be very happy.
Would be the biggest band parade in Northern Ireland at any one time, wouldn't it?
Very well be. I know a lot of people are going to be happy with Joy's next choice. She has picked Pride of the Maine, and she says she loves the tune that they are playing in this clip. So this is Pride of the Maine at their own parade in 2018. Excellent from Pride of the Maine there. I'm guessing that's the end of their own parade, yeah? Would it be right, Roy? No? Wrong? Right? Wrong? Don't know.
Yes and no. It's where all the other bands end up. They finish coming up the way, but then Pride of the Maine parade to
Oh, they
there,
go on to the coach, don't
and then
they?
they parade on back down to the coach.
Ah,
So.
okay. So that a few people were asking what the tune was. That's the Glasgow Reel. Somebody else was, I think they were asking for notes. Yvonne was asking for the notes. She says, love this tune, love to know the name of it and getting notes for it. So it's the Glasgow Reel.
I don't think you'll have a chance of getting the notes for it because I think it's a Jason Kernigan special.
Well, it's based on a trad tune called Glasgow Reel.
It's based off different. I think there's 2 different tunes he's put into it somewhere.
A lot of praise coming in there for the performance of the Regimentals band there. Bass drummer, excellent. Adam says, hard to believe it was 8 years ago. I actually had to check the date on the clip. You were right. It was 8 years ago. It just doesn't seem that long ago. First class is Ken Stewart. Best band in Ulster, says Oilman. He may be biased, though. Outstanding UVF Regimental, said Alan. Jockey was asking, Val, I know you're not one for flip bands, but who would you go and watch playing? I actually... This is a terrible thing to say. I probably watch more flute bands than I watch accordion bands. Green Guards all day long, UVF Regimental all day long, and many a time have purposely gone to watch both of them. Hegels, without a doubt, gone to watch them purposely as well. Freeman, Proud of the Band, Balrashin, everywhere Balrashin are, I am if I can be. Loads, so many. I love all of them. I love bands trying something new. You know, even if it maybe doesn't work first time, I just love bands. Castledurg, Young Loyalist is another one. I can't say that there are very few bands that I dislike and wouldn't listen to, I have to say. In fact, I can't think of any one that I would say I wouldn't listen to. Well, Allsop Memorial or something like that there. Maybe I wouldn't listen to them, though I have done. So no, there wouldn't be any bands that I wouldn't listen to. So no, I definitely would be quite happy listening to any of them. I don't like being bored, as long as it's not a rhythm on the drums, if you know what I mean, then I'm happy. I don't like being bored with that sort of rhythm. That drives me nuts. A lot of talk going on about how Joshua swaps all the uniforms so quickly in between parades or between bands in the parade. Now, I agree with whoever it was said about the Velcro. So you know the way, like in the Full Monty and in Magic Mike and all that kind of things, where they have the Velcro down the side of the trousers, and then they just stand and they just rip them off. Not that I've watched any of those filthy films like that there. But I think that's how he does it. Scott Clark says he should reform Newton Abbey. Accordion, mate, only one of them bands that's worth listening to. Scott, what do you mean only one? They're all worth listening to. So are we getting, I'm just reading through here some of these threads of conversations. Anyone got a spare accordion? And Jennifer's wanting to know button keyed or piano keyed. I did suggest piano keyed, Jenny, because I thought he already can play like notes and chords and all that kind of stuff in a piano, so I thought that would be the easiest route in it. I've sent him a copy of the Palmer Hughes book for the left hand as well. Either works for him, he says. Roy, what did they call the big drum? Big Bertha was the Hegel's drum. Big Bertha was the Hegel's. I don't think it was... There you go. Jennifer says she could lend you a piano keyed one. There. We're sorted.
Can't think of the name of it because it was retired, and then they did bring it back in when they got the new uniform. They got it all reskinned and repainted and everything else, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me.
No, Big Bertha was the Hegel's drum. They actually had Big Bertha painted on the front of the Hegel's drum for a while. Oh, there is a birthday coming in. Don't forget to let me know your birthdays. I've got 2 so far, and we will be doing the birthdays later in the show. So, Ronnie, I have noted that down. So I just bear with me. My mum and sister went to Magic Mike. Honestly, you only think I'm mad until you meet them too. Completely. Tommy Cheggy Robertson wants to know, would you listen to the Govan Shamrock? I have no idea who the Govan Shamrock are. But I'd give them a listen once. I think I know what they are. China says, well done, Northern Ireland ladies. Thinks that's the final. If it is, I am so delighted. Well done. A good friend of mine, Lisa, her daughter, Lily Crooks, plays for the Northern Ireland ladies. I think she's a goalkeeper. So I'm hoping that is true, that they are through to the final.
Second leg to go. It's a two-legged affair. Oh. That's the first leg they've won. So that's a away match, but if they've won it, that means they've got the away goal, which means then when they play at home.
Oh, excellent. So pleased for them. I'll have to check in with Lisa after the show. Now, Glenn is, I'm telling you see the sweet he's being now, Jenny, whenever he is looking at an accordion. I'm telling you. Now, have a good listen to this next one then, Glenn. Oh, so it's a Republican outfit, says James, is Govan Shamrock. Listen, it's not the first time I've listened to one of them. Glenn Miller is well out of the black book and banned from the Musket Hounds in one night, says Stephen Feely. Very good. Now, Glenn, have you a good listen to this next clip? Because it's in another accordion band. This is a clip of Joy's next choice. It is the Vow accordion band. She says it's always a breathtaking sound when you hear a massed accordion band, especially in this clip. This is the Vow at their anniversary parade, their 70th anniversary parade. So they had the old members band going first, and then they had the original members, or the current members band, going as well. And then at the end, they massed to come round the Northern Star corner, which is always where the crowds stop. So if you take a look at the band at the front, you'll see the current band, and then in the white shirts further on down the ranks, you'll see the anniversary band of the former members playing a great tune here. If I remember right, is it Killaloo? Can't remember. But great clip, Joy. Well picked. So Glenn, watch intently. Now, somebody will keep me right here. That wee man, is it Jack? There's something telling me his name is Jack. He is he just loves accordion band, has played in quite a few of them, just loves the accordion, a full stop. God love him. So he's been in quite a lot of the accordion. I'm almost sure his name's Jack. Can't remember indeed. Now, I just want to settle a debate here. I did not say that the button keyed was easier. I didn't say that. So if you have no music knowledge whatsoever and don't want to get into learning music theory and learning to read notes and so on, the button keyed accordion is definitely the easier one to take up and learn. You get moving much quicker. You can learn by numbers and so on. It's definitely the quickest one to pick up if you're no musical knowledge. However, for someone who like Glenn, who already has musical knowledge as in terms of music theory and can read music, etc., and can already play a piano, then a piano accordion would absolutely be the quickest one to get him going. Most people will start on the button keyed accordion and eventually want to go a wee bit further, and then they'll move on to the piano keyed accordion. I did it the opposite way around. I started on the piano and then went to the button keyed just because I was bored. But it depends on your level of musical knowledge and where you want to be.
Bored playing the accordion. Now we know.
No, I got bored. I wanted a challenge. Plus, everybody else was playing two rows, and I was stuck with piano keyed. I wanted a piano keyed or a button keyed to be the same as everybody else. So no, it depends on where you're starting from. To be honest, it really, really does. Via great accordion band there. Jimmy says he was wondering what racket is putting his cows off milk, and that's terrible. Jack, yes, I knew that was his name. Jackie Smith. Thank you, Wilma. That's exactly his name. I think I have this odd feeling many, many years ago that my dad had brought him to the house to hear me play. Mum, am I right in that? Can you remember? I can remember he took me to a professor of music in Portstewart. I haven't the best of memories in the world. Most people would avoid the accordion, says Eddie Torney. That is terrible. That is terrible. What band did I used to play? I played in a few. I started off in English. The only reason being that the guy who led English worked with my dad. So my dad took me up and down to English. If you've no musical knowledge, play an accordion. Away on with you, Brian. I then went to Dunloy. And the reason I went to Dunloy was because the guy that I was going with at the time left English and went to Dunloy. So I knew no better. I went with him. And then I left Dunloy and went to Kilkeel for the stage work. And then I played, well, now I help out Brunswick. Yeah, no, I knew the name, but I was reading something else. Wilma was saying he taught in Coleraine accordion years ago.
Huh. Dunloy's a bit of a dating band then, for the seems of things. Matchmaking band then, it seems. No, it's all falling into place, Joshua Morris. It's all falling into place.
No, that's not the case.
Why he travels when he's got Brunswick, Bali Major, all down around the, and he travels all the way up to Dunloy, up to Ballinran.
It's just keenness, enthusiasm. Do you know what I mean? Michael Aspel is on his way here with the red book. What are you on about, Scott Clark? Jack Smith also played Clockwell's accordion, Cascade accordion, and Ballymoney accordion, says Don Lighton. Yes, that is it. 2-1 Northern Ireland. Excellent. The accordion band version of Joshua. No. The Deloitte Pender page is going nuts. It's terrible. No, I'm not as bad as Josh because I was in them all at different times. Definitely. That sounds terrible, Albert. He says I got myself about. That's terrible. Terrible. Bali Major are all related to Joshua as well. Let's move quickly on. Now, Joy is my new best friend forever. because of her next pick. She says this is a band that she had never heard of until virtual band parades. And I love that about the virtual band parades, that there's an opportunity for me to introduce you to bands that you've maybe never heard before. And I am so delighted that this particular band does. She loves the sound of the drumming and the unique style in the playing. And I have to say that I do too. It is, of course, my own personal favourite, Balrashin. This is them. It's not a full clip, but it's still a good clip, playing at the Freeman's Parade in 2014. Great pick and joy. Superb. What do you mean this is going to be painful, William Torrance? What are you on about? What are you on about? And Glenn Biller, Jennifer, lend him no accordion. Did you see what he has just put down there? What's the difference between an accordion and a trampoline? You take your shoes off to get in a trampoline. That's terrible. Seeing Balrashin walking down that hill actually reminds me, the two boys, they're not in here tonight, so I don't have to worry about smells. When I got the pups, so to get them used to you hearing a band, what I did was I took them to a band parade. I think it was out in McCoskin, and I walked them round the full route behind Balrashin, because I thought if they can get used to Balrashin, then no other band is going to be a problem, right? And it was true, no other band is, but they adore Balrashin. Plus, my wee boy was in Balrashin, and my brother and all that kind of stuff, so they knew that they knew people in Balrashin. And so when I would be standing at the town hall there at the top of that hill, I had taken photographs, and I would have had the dogs, and they sit beside me. They don't need to be on the lead, but I always kept their collar on, you know, so there's one lead and then a collar that splits into two, you know, and goes to their neck collars. And I always kept that on them so that the two of them didn't ever go too far apart. So one night, me and the dogs were standing at the town hall, and Balrashin had come past and then come down on that hill, right? And the dogs sat beside me. I thought, this is fine. They're not moving. You always have to hold them because they will run after Balrashin band. So when Balrashin go by, you hold them, and then the band goes past, and then they're okay after that. They don't move the rest of the night. But it just so happened that night that Balrashin came down that hill, and then Danaki came after Balrashin. And the dogs were still sitting beside me, and I thought, well, they're fine. Balrashin's away. But then Balrashin struck up another tune towards the bottom of the hill, and the two dogs took to the baiters and went back off to Balrashin. But I forgot I had they obviously had the joint lead on them, so they were going down, you know, like running separately apart with this rope basically between them, and they nearly cleaned the full back rows of Danaki flip band trying to get through the band to get to Balrashin. I was affronted. I was absolutely mortified. If you'd seen the state of me running down that hill after them like a headbin. Oh dear. Not the first time they've coked me off my feet as well. And let me tell you, trying to stop them. No, they don't chase the milkman at all. And it's quite funny because they only like people when they're in a band uniform, because people in Balrashin, when they come to the house, that they... if they come to the house in band uniform, they're fine. If they come to the house without band uniform on, the dogs bark and growl at them. They are bigoted dogs. I don't know where they got that from. Now, sorry, I got distracted there. What do you mean China chic is on? Shut up, you. Could get a word at H-Ways we use boys when yous were on. They do not chase the milkmen. Only regret I have is not learning to read music. Tried it a few months ago. The concentration span is long gone. A couple of notes. It was, oh, look, there's a magpie. Stick at it. It actually becomes easier. It becomes easier. No, every good boy deserves fruit and face. That's all you have to remember. Now, Joy's next clip is the masked bands at the Belfast Tattoo playing the pipes of Path to Peace. Sorry. She said it's something that she's never forgot. It was an outstanding performance, and I'm sure a performance that some of our local bands, including Ballinran and the band of the RIR, will never forget. I'm just wondering, if you sneak Ballinran in here, Joy? Have you managed to do that? Excellent pick in there, Joy. That has gone down well. Joyce, they're sore on you tonight. They certainly are. Stephen Feely thinks there's a cardboard cutout of you in every band there. They are sore at you, my dear. Now, Scott says that they're rioting in the new lodge that he thinks. Let them riot. Hopefully they injure themselves. Did you see? Oh, did you see yesterday? They actually killed a police dog and injured another one. That is horrendous. That is absolutely horrendous.
Balrashin didn't kill a police dog.
Did?
No, didn't. The
One of them died?
No, one of them didn't die. Only one dog was hurt and it had a paw cut. Its rear paw was cut. That was put out. The police released a statement saying that only one pup and Daphne is the name of the dog. That joined the police service in 2020 or 2019, passed its police service in 2020, and it showed a picture of the pup lying with its back paw and a bandage with stitches from masonry. One didn't die.
I definitely read that there was,
No,
and
that
it was
was
on one
people
of the
put it
news
out.
channels.
There was loads of people had it out last night on Twitter and everything else that a police dog had been killed, but no, the PSNI released a statement today saying just one police dog, Daphne, had been injured.
Buggers. Deserve to do time for that alone. What was I going to say? Yes, Glenn's talking about a book that the Ulster Scots have out. There is actually, you can actually do a qualification in the B flat flute now. It's the OCN qualification, and it's well worth doing to help you to read the book. So is it tell me Roy's correct? Well, that's the first time that's happened. We'll move swiftly on from that one, Roy. You being right. Never happen again. Now, let's see who Joy's next clip. She picked up for her next choice. Okay, I get it. There was no dog dead. Adam, it was the police dogs, Daphne, who brings dogs to a riot. I'm not surprised why I don't understand why they brought them out. Yeah, Pride of Lagan Valley. I know, but they're too sweet to be out and among them ruffians. Pride of Lagan Valley are Joy's next choice, and she says they are another Blood and Thunder band that she always loves to see on parade. This is them at Gertrude Stars Parade in 2017. Excellent there from Pride of Lagan Valley. And we have Ken Tate watching, who wrote that combination of tunes. Well done, Claire. Sounds extremely well.
They have the dogs back out again tonight again at North Queen Street. There's tension.
Again?
They have the dogs back on the street tonight again. It's the junction of North Queen Street. New Lodge Tigers and Tigers Bay going at it by the looks of things.
Does anyone
been injured?
Two things that really irritate me. Has anybody noticed that when it was our boys rioting, all the media was loyalist rioters, loyalist youths, loyalists. But when it was the nationalist rioting, it was just rioters, leading everybody to think it was our boys again. And the other thing, Denise, Denise, you wrote exactly what I was thinking. This is terrible. She says she wouldn't call it a riot. It's a few snotty-nosed cubs firing stones at overprotective cops. The media are exaggerating. Funny, I have to admit, that's kind of the thoughts that have been running through my head when I've seen the clips. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like the violence, I don't like the riots and all that kind of stuff. But considering the riots that there used to be, like, it's, you know, or were we just more used to them way back then?
But I still can't. No matter how many riots you see and everything else, I can't get over the thoughts of people throwing bricks and wooden things at a bulletproof, bomb-proof Land Rover. You know, you can throw petrol bombs at the police Land Rover all night, and it's still not going to do anything.
I know. Like, don't get me wrong, I would never be out rioting because I'd be useless at it, and I would be the one petrol bombing myself. But also, I don't see the point of it. You're kind of defeating your own voice, right? But I get the frustration. Totally get the frustration. And yeah, Glenn says even the pics being used at Lanark Way was the other side of the gates. Every time. And I mean, it's like the Belfast Telegraph and the Newsletter. They're doing it too. Supposedly prod papers. I don't know. And the police got abused for using the water cannon on them. Do you know some? I think it was Tad actually sent me a video yesterday of the water cannons coming out, you know, with the police escort and all that going. And I sort of looked at it and I went, well, that's for our boys. And I actually said to Tad, have you ever seen them using the water cannon on nationalist rioters? Because I've only ever seen it on Protestant rioters, right?
The last time it was used was at Brompton Park.
Well, it was used on them, sure, last night.
No, but before that, 5 years ago, it was at Brompton Park. That was the last time it was used at Brompton Park whenever they were...
Who was that on?
Against the Ardoyne Republicans. Because they set the car on fire going toward and rolled the car towards the lines and the thing. But the thing about it is, they need to use them. They use them in Belfast most, but yet they're stored at Maydown.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
So they have to transport them, and everybody knows they're coming then.
Threw out a few goods, three things, shampoo and shower gel. Someone pointed that out to Orla from Belfast Live when referring to loyalist rioters versus youth rioters. I know, it's all over the place. It's all over. And that really maddens me.
But have you not noticed that all the media, all the reporting media now, all have Catholic names or Irish names, and it's the same happening to a lot of radio stations. Q Radio used to have a lot of Protestant presenters, but now the news desk and everything else is all going down the Catholic route, and they're all getting into all the sections of the media.
And the thing that gets me, right, so the headline will say loyalist rioters, blah 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 blah, and then you'll read the article and you go, it wasn't at all. It was actually nationalists. It was in such and such. You never heard about the fact that it was the nationalists went into the Shankill Road and attacked them first. But yet tonight, it's all. I saw someone commented earlier on, or saw it somewhere, that it was that they are defending their territory from attacks by the Catholic or the bad Protestants. Oh, right, let's play another tune.
Yet it was they came across Lanark Way first of all and attacked houses in Cupar Street and everything else way before any Protestants turned up, and that's why they ended up going down Lanark Way. But don't let the tryst get in the way.
I know. Denise says, she says, the water cannons were used in us one night in Royal Avenue. Like, I stood my ground. That was until they washed me up the street like a leaf off their shoe. I'll have it, right. Well, I'll get that sorted at the next tune. So hopefully you can still hear me. The next tune is another accordion. That'll soothe me. This is Josh's own band, Bali Major Accordion, playing at Cumber Black Saturday in 2017. And I'll read Joyce's comments after this, or Joy's comments after this. Glenn says they all look like a stum bit of wasp. Someday, Glenn, soon you will too. Joy said that she could not throw in a wee clip of Bali Major in tonight or Joshua would be disowning her, and she couldn't have that. Definitely not. There was another comment there. Yes. John Hunter says, well, first of all, I have to go back up here and tell somebody off. Alan Brown, hurry up and get the music playing. This isn't an own show. Tut, tut, Alan. That is not the approach that we're meant to be taking. We're meant to be caring about these things. Someone else said to ask the cameras to leave the loyalist areas. That is why we get such bad press. This is no word of a lie. One night at a parade, I put on a yellow jacket and I purposely got, or yellow bib, and on the back of it, I purposely got printed International Peace Observer. And I stood in among the protesters and was welcomed hand in heart. Couldn't have been nicer to me. Were more welcoming to me. Were explaining everything the bands were doing. Were telling me exactly what was offensive about each of the tunes that they were playing. Were telling me what was offensive about each of the approaches of the bands as they came down by the protest. After the parade was finished, I then walked up through to the Protestant end where all the Protestants were gathered with the same bib on and get nothing but abuse. Not because it was me personally, but because of the now, if I had have been a neutral coming away from that there, who would I have got the better impression from? Something to think about. Now, Joy's next clip is the Royal Marine. She says their drumming always steps to the mark and leaves everyone wanting more. So much more, actually, Joy, that you had just told me to play a part of the clip, but I thought it was such a good clip. We better play it all. Now you can see why I thought we should play all of that clip. Superb there. Absolutely brilliant. A lot of good conversation going on there on the text. Keep playing or keep chatting and telling us stuff. Loving seeing it. There was Jimmy Graham had asked, do you have to seek permission to video from the bands themselves? No, Jimmy, you don't. What I've found is that all of the videographers from the unionist and PUL tradition always take care that you you don't show bands in a bad light, or particularly any of the memorial parades, that you don't show the initial parties and stuff like that there. So and that's kind of the rules. But in terms of taking videos, no, because you're putting on a public performance. You've submitted normally an 11-bar-1 to take part in that. So there is, there's nothing that can stop anyone videoing a public performance, which has to be remembered whenever you then also get things like people videoing, outside the chapel and all that kind of stuff up in Belfast. But there is nothing to stop them, unfortunately. And you actually end up, as a bands person, if you're trying to stop somebody videoing, you actually end up looking worse as well. Someone said about, the video in the middle of the protest. The one that I absolutely cringed about was the protest in Portadown the other week. And the guy just openly putting it on social media. And you can actually hear at the start of the clip, the guy's shouting, no videos, no videos. Seriously. The worst thing about it was I knew the guy who did it. And that's all over the place. And that's the thing. You're just, especially your own, you're just lining them up. But people do it for likes. That's what it is. Social media, they want the attention, they want the likes, they want the views. That's exactly what it is. It could be, anyone could be following you, basically. Start at hijacking cars and setting them on fire. Unreal. Clark says it looks to be our young boys doing it. And the problem is that's probably their own community's cars that they're burning, which really annoys me. Really annoys me.
But once again, the media is failing to point out that New Lodge attacked Tigers Bay first of all. So
of course.
It was Tigers Bay retaliating, because there's a video out showing the New Lodge was attacking during daylight and everything else before everything else attacking Tigers Bay. But everybody's failing to mention that.
No, I know. Getting onto a different subject, Jockey Aston, is it hard to learn to read music? It's not. It absolutely isn't. There's only two things you need to know: what the note is and how long you play it for. Okay, what the note is the easy bit, because there are 5 lines on your music staff, and depending on where your note is on any one of those lines depends on what the note is. So earlier on I said every good boy deserves fruit and face. The E, G, B, D, F is your lines. So your bottom line's E, second line's G, third line's B, D, and F, right? So if there's a note on one of those lines, you just count from the bottom. You go, every good boy, that's a B. Every good boy deserves, that's a D, and so on. If it's in space, that's a F, A, C, E. That's your face, right? And there only is 8 notes, so it runs from A to G, and then go back to A again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And on those stave notes, they run sequentially. So, you're starting off, your first line is always going to be E, your first space is F, your second line is G, your second space is A, your third line is B, your third space is C, and so on. So it's always A, B, C, D, and all that kind of stuff. So it's that's the first thing, what the note is. And the second note is, the second thing to know is how long do you play it for? So general rule, if it's white, a white note without being coloured in, it's 2. If it has got a stem, it's 2. If it's no stem, it's 4. If it is got a black with a stem, it is 1. If it's black with the stem and a wee tail, it's a half. That's as simple as that. But it's getting at speed. And the only way you can get it at speed is doing it over and over and over and over again. That's simple. Flute music goes way above the line, but the same principle applies, David, because each one of those lines is just a continuation. So when you get to your top line, you're an F, your top space is G, A, B, C, D. It's your alphabet. Music goes anti-val. Brian says he could play the odd H flat. That's your excuse for all the bum notes. I'll put up a wee for anybody that does want to learn it. I'll put that all on a wee description for you. See if it helps. It's once you do it over and over and over and over and over and over again, it just becomes like reading, writing. Because I've been doing it since I was 5, and it's to me, if you set me down a page of music, it's just the same as reading a page of handwriting. It's because I've done it so long. But it is a lot of hours doing it. Now, where is our next clip? Who is up next? Oh, you see this old bribery, it'll get you everywhere. Joy says that she received her Miller Memorial Badge. Oh. I've lost my notes. She received her Miller Memorial Badge in the post this week, and a very tasty looking one it is. So here's a wee clip to keep Stephen Feely happy. Not much smiling going on from them drummers, huh? Yvonne says the thing she's noticed about the man Feely, he's always der-faced. Never smiles. They don't even smile in the happy birthday clips, so they don't. Speaking of which, remember and give us in your birthdays. I've only got 3 so far, so let us know your birthdays. Surprise, we're going to overrun tonight. I know that may come as a little bit of a shock to you, but it's all be worth it. Absolutely worth it, because you've got clips like this next one coming up. This one, hold on, I get the right page in notes. Ooh. Joy says she doesn't think that there's anyone who doesn't like watching Dinger Bell, leader of his band. He always gets the crowd going. Another great clip of Craigie Old Boys, this time at Dunloy's 60th anniversary parade in 2016. And you can definitely see the way that Dinger rouses the crowd in this one. Absolutely brilliant. Did anybody else hear him shouting, Dinger's on fire, Dinger's on fire? And then waving the band to stay back out of his way. Absolutely brilliant. Tony says, I always overrun, and if I don't chat and laugh, it will be over in 45 minutes. I know, but then it would just be YouTube playlist. We've proved this. We need the banter. Absolutely brilliant there from Dinger. Oh, that was so funny. My clip is frozen, Roy. On my virtual rampage.
You keep freezing all the time. Your camera's freezing, so I don't know if it's your Wi-Fi.
No, my camera's fine, but my that's the first time tonight that's happened.
No, if you actually look at me in the bottom corner, I'm still moving.
Yeah.
So it's your camera's frozen.
Prove this. We proved this. We need the banter. Absolutely brilliant.
See, I'm still
Don't know
moving.
what's going on?
Your camera has been playing up all night tonight. It's been sort of potato-y all night. And are you on is your computer on Wi-Fi or is it on wired connection?
Should it be on wired? Yeah, it's on wired.
Because it's been like that. Unless you want to try dropping out and come straight back in again.
I'm just doing a wee speed test here. Because you're moving away. Don't know what's going on. I think I'm getting over 500.
No, it's your upload.
Hold on, I see. Next band anyway up is a little bit of Points Past Silver. This is another favourite march of Joy's. It is the March Kenilworth, and she says here, Points Past Silver, play it superbly.
Drop out and then begin before the clip, because otherwise you get the wee ringing noise.
Will do.
See me large for a minute or two. Valerie should be back in again. Hopefully Barry will come straight back in. Don't know where she's gone. She's gone. It's totally gone. Right, we'll play Kenilworth anyway while we're waiting on Valerie, so I do apologise if you do get the beeping coming in. Oh, she's back, and it's still still not clear. No, not clear. You're bouncy. You're frozen again.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you're back. Can you hear me now?
Yes, can hear you now.
Oh, you were frozen again. That's probably why. You're now clear. You come through clear again.
Weird. I rebooted my router and everything there just to see if that made any difference.
I'll double
So,
check.
right, so Points Pass is our next clip.
Okay. So that was Points Pass. Now I don't have Joy's notes, so I haven't got a clue why she's picking different bands and everything else. But what I do have is the next band, and the next band is keeping the third of the Musket Hounds happy. It's a little bit of Bali Harber flute band. So that's the three Musket Hounds she's kept happy. She's put pretty minimum information, but Balrashin in for Valerie, and she's got Joy in, or not, got Joshua in there twice so far. So here we go with a little bit of Bali Harber. So that was Bali Harber at Donaghad's parade in 2019, June 2019. For all those ones who are getting wound up with the Republicans posting sick pictures and everything else, just do your best to ignore them. They are just looking to get a rise out of you, looking to get you into an argument, into a fight and everything else. Just ignore them. That's what I've been doing all day. I know it's hard, but just skip past any of them you see. So next up is a band that I hadn't heard very much of before I started doing this, but I've now seen them a couple of times, and they're good for a part music band, even though I do love Blood and Thunder. So there's a bit of part music next, and again, Joy, I do apologise, I don't have the reasons why you have picked so many bands, or why you've picked the reasons for picking bands, but this next one is Orangefield Flute Band, and they're playing a march called Free and Happy, and it's from their variety concert back in 2019.
Haha, you can't get rid of me for long. I don't know what's wrong. I know it's not my internet because I'm getting over 900 download 83.25 upload. So I know it's not that right. The only thing that I've done this time is I have changed back to Google Chrome to connect in Google Hangouts. It's the only difference from what I was previously connected with.
What were you
So
connected with previously?
Brave.
That's probably it, because Hangouts is an older platform now, or Hangouts is an older platform, so using Brave probably doesn't allow it to connect through. Because your picture is now gone back to the crystal clear that I'm used to.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll know. I'll know for the future. I'll know for the future. Yes, I am back. Get the drink ready. Yes, get. I did another bottle open, so come on, Tony, get started. Right, where did we go? We got to Orangefield. Oh, I missed Bali Harber. Oh dear. Oh dear. Isn't that terrible? I think we should play them again. Right, we only have the 4 bands left, 4 really cracking bands. Stay with us if you possibly can. The next one up is William Sterrett. Now let me find Josh's notes. She says they always stand out in parade on their unique style of uniform, and they certainly do. This is them at Downshire Guiding Stars Parade.
In Josh's notes.
Joy's notes.
Sounds like Josh's notes.
Oh, did I? Sorry, Joy's notes. This, maybe I did, I don't know. This is them at Downshire's Parade in 2018, William Sterrett Memorial. That us back. Oh my goodness, that was a really, really short clip. And there was me, had chased Mason off the internet and everything just in case he was interfering. I was about to ring him to tell him he could go back on again. We're going to do the birthdays next. So, Philip, Maine, it is your 30th birthday today. Happy birthday. That comes from Norris and Louis. So well done. Well done. Well done for being born and managing to stay alive for 30 years. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday, Philip, I think is the words I'm looking for. Also to Stella McClintock in New Buildings. Happy birthday to you. And that comes from Ronnie Heineman. Clemmy, who is Craig Curry's cousin and is a member of Pride of William Dunnymana. Happy birthday to you as well. And finally, Ray McGrath from Miller Memorial. His birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday to you all. I think I started at the wrong point. You're right, Neil. Means I'm going to have to listen to the Musket Hounds serenading, as always, was their delightful, so tuneful, angelic.
I think it was meaning about the William Sterrett clip.
Started at one point.
I only go with the times that I've got, Neil, so you know.
Maybe me. Mark Anderson's cousins, who is a flutter in Gortagilly in 18th. You need to tell us the names of these guys. But happy birthday to you all. This is your serenade from the Musket Hounds.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday from the forum. Happy birthday to you.
Not a smile. Not a smile from one of them when they talk about us accordion players. My goodness. Now, next up is another accordion band. Just checking here. Definitely no smiles. No, 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 no smiles there. No smiles there. Dylan Wallace is Mark's cousin's name. Look, look, look. Smile out of one of them. And they talk about accordion players. Right, next up, an accordion band. As always, a wonderful accordion band. Great pick here by Joy. Let me just take a wee look at her notes. Oh, she hasn't got any notes in for this one. That's okay. I enjoy listening to this accordion band. They're always very strong playing and very enjoyable to listen to. Always have great 4-part harmony hymns. It is Milltown Accordion Band, and this is them playing at Scarva. Excellent there from Milltown, led by Ivan Kerr. You were right, Ken Stewart. That is indeed Ivan Kerr, who was the gentleman who used to work with my dad, who took me originally to English. So there you go. How's that for connection? Now, Joy's last, or not her last, because there's 2 more to go. Her penultimate clip is for Jensen. Jensen, hopefully you're watching. I haven't seen your mum commenting this evening, but she picked this one specially for you. Hope you enjoy it, she says, and that you are one of those wee boys leading in this clip. It is, of course, in Donaghadee Accordion. Or Donaghadee Accordion? No, it's not. It's Donaghadee. It's Donaghadee Flutes and Drums and Singers. Sexy accordion.
My favourite tune that they play, I hope.
Oh, I love this tune. I love this tune. Call to Glory. excellent there. Did you hear the sound at the very beginning of that clip when they were in that closed-in area? It was awesome. Someone said that would be class full blast with the headphones up. Absolutely. But the only thing is the harmonies not completely working for me. Not completely working for me, I have to say. But still a brilliant tune. Now, we've come to our last tune of the night. Have we missed anybody? Is there any bands that we possibly could have missed?
More Young Defenders?
Close. Close.
So we're not getting the best band in Kilkeel then?
We're not getting the best band in Kilkeel. We're getting the best band that Joy thinks in Kilkeel. David, you have just arrived and we're at the last band. Oh, David, you can watch it all on repeat after this. You missed some great clips. You definitely did. Lovely to have you in from Canada as always. Joy's notes says, well, the end has come. And if you thought I had forgotten to add a clip in of my favourite band, you were wrong. Being an ex-member, my heart will always be here. And she says she is now with Jasmine drumming. She's delighted to see her on parade. That's lovely. The family generation going through. It is, of course, Pride of Ballinran. Now, what with events today and the bereavement and the loss of Prince Philip, what we're going to do is a one-off. I always said that I would never play the national anthem to finish the show until we were doing the last virtual band parade, but I think that tonight we can make an exception. So after Pride of Ballinran, we will do our normal landing of Torbay, and then after that we will have a lovely military arrangement of God Save the Queen. So make sure you stay right to the very end. I know a lot of you stay on for landing of Torbay. I love it, I have to say. So stay on to the very end and get watching for us. And this night we're finishing for God Save the Queen in memory of Prince Philip, who passed away today. We will be back tomorrow night, as always, at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night's choices are by Denise. I think she's coming on live with us. Hopefully you'll have more luck with the telephone call tomorrow night, Denise, than I did tonight. But think she's coming on live with us. We're not sure. She's plucking up the courage, so hopefully she will. Another cracking night of clips, that much I do know, and I can tell you in advance. And I think you'll enjoy all of them. But until tomorrow night, stay safe. Keep the flutes to keep the flutes to the myth, boys. We're coming to the tune. See you tomorrow night. Stay safe.
It was when England's glorious sun in 1688 was overcast with treason's cloud and popery stood elate, that up arose her Protestants, the peasant and the peer, and vowed the chain of perjure James that they would not dainty wear. They sought them out a prudent chief to guide their ardent zeal, to lead them on that victory might bless their flashing steel. And who so fit to guide that host in all its bright array as William, Prince of Orange, ere he landed at Torbay. Then up arose the mighty chief and left his native shore, and rode upon the stormy waves our freedom to restore. Upon his flag was blazoned forth high fluttering o'er the main, that our religion and our laws he ever would maintain. 'Twas then in gallant style he stood upon the vessel's prow, with victory on his flashing sword and wisdom on his brow. And tens of thousands greeted him upon his natal day, when he, our glorious Orange chief, first landed at Torbay. Come, brethren of the Orange bond, a bond ne'er to be riven. Whene'er we give great William's name, a bumper must be given. For if you'd fire a feu de joie to him who victory won, come prime and load and see you get charge into your gun. The eloquence of bumpers full there's nothing can surpass. There's not expresses kindred soul like friendship's social glass. And thus we give our song and toast with 3 times 3 huzzah, the memory of King William and his landing at Torbay. The memory of King William and his landing at Torbay.